Hello and welcome to MorningFile. I'm your host, Emma McCarty, and today I am joined with Jan and Erin Johnson from Trailblazher Magazine. So to start, why don't we just start off really broadly and kind of explain what Trailblazers is about, how did it start, that kind of thing.
Sure. All right. Well, I guess it had its beginnings a while ago because we're mother and daughter. So, it wasn't just two people, strangers coming together and popping an idea out. So it's been, the idea of a magazine has been something that we've wanted or secretly wanted for a long time.
Dreamt of having a collectible, it's a high quality magazine. Yeah.
And we've been working with women entrepreneurs, mainly rural women entrepreneurs, for a lot of years. We website development, helping them grow their businesses, marketing, the whole 9 yards. So that demographic, that niche was something that was just a natural fit for us because we live in a rural location as well, just north of Calgary. So I don't know, Erin, what do you want to add to that?
Yeah, so last year we launched a directory that highlighted rural women in business across Canada. And it's something that had never been done before. And it's a segment of women in Canada that have never been acknowledged or celebrated in that way. So we launched a directory. We've got an online community on Instagram. They're incredible and so supportive of each other. And last year, on the heels of launching the directory, we thought, this is our moment. This is the time to bring this dream of having this high quality magazine, bring it to life. And that's where Trailblazher was born. And so Trailblazher, it showcases the lives, lifestyles, and the businesses of rural women across Canada. And so what we're hearing is it's a huge eye-opener to what rural looks like across Canada. Because a lot of times when we hear rural, we just think agriculture, or farming or ranching. But what we're finding and what our readers are loving is the diversity of what rural women are doing.
And rural women have a lot of things in common. Number one, isolation can be something. When you have a business in the city, whether you're home-based or not, there's naturally community around you, whereas in the country, not so much. Internet can be really spotty at times, so that really interferes with maybe orders or connections or things that you're trying to do with your business. And because women are doing so many things, there's makers, there's flower growers, there's artists, there's soap makers, there's sewers.
It's
so
incredible.
diverse. And we just really thought it is time to shine the spotlight on these women. First of all, they love the support within the community for themselves. That's become a really big message we get over and over again. But they love to now be seen. I mean, and what better way than a magazine? So
especially at a time like this right now where people are all working from home, it definitely can help build a community, even for people who maybe aren't physically rural, but especially right now, a lot of people are feeling just like in on themselves.
Wanting to connect to something like it, right? That's exactly it. Because most of our readers are rural, but a lot of them are rural at heart. So they live in the cities and are wanting to feel grounded and connected to a wholesome way of life, which,
And looking for that little bit of inspiration. And that's the second comment that we hear over and over again, is that it inspired them. So when you read a story about someone who, because there's no one path to having a business or starting a business. There's so many multiple ways. And when you read what another woman has overcome, or you read that she just decided one day, I'm done with this other thing, I'm going for it, or she fell into it through a relationship or marriage or whatever. There's so many avenues. And so I think that's giving a lot more women the courage to try it themselves, to decide. And case in point, one of our regular contributors, Jess Mose from
Prairie Soap Shack.
Her regular contribution is called Digging Up the Roots. We're just reading on her Instagram account. Today is her last day of 15 years of nursing, and she is going into her business full time. So we know we had a little bit of part in that. We've been showcasing Jess for I don't know, 3 issues now. So it's exciting. It's exciting to see those things happen. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think that's a lot of what women need, is just to see other people doing it and know that you can do it as well.
Yeah.
So your spring 2021 issue recently came out. Maybe if you want to each share one of your favorite stories in it, or one that you feel is significant.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh. So every issue we have like feature stories on women across Canada, and we also have other sections in the kitchen. We're launching a new Make It section. Who would be your favorite?
Oh my gosh.
We've never been asked that, and that's really hard. It's like asking our
which
favorite
kid?
child.
Yeah, there's so many options.
Oh boy.
As we're just looking at it here.
Yeah, I think okay, I'm gonna go with this one. You might choose the same one. Lori Trigg from Backwoods Buffalo. She's kind of a modern day homesteader in Marithorpe, Alberta. Her story, I remember when we were interviewing her, we do all our interviews on Zoom. We laughed, we cried, we did everything in between, and she part of her story is she lost a child a week before due date, but she's got buffalo and she's got chickens, and they take in students from around the world for farm experience. And
she has a heart of gold.
Yeah, she's just so true blue, and I think probably because of, I don't know, the emotions and the storyline when we were chatting with her, just feel like we know her. She's like our sister kind of thing. And
she to me, she exemplifies like the unsung hero that rural women are, because you got to think rural women are doing so many things. They're most likely responsible for some animal or livestock or chickens. They're running their household. If they're running out harvest meals, they've got their kids. They might work a full-time job. They might have a side hustle. So because it's a rural lifestyle, you naturally have 3 or 4 more tasks or roles that you have to step up to. So these women are incredible because they're doing all those things just to keep their farm or rural farm ranches running, but on top of that, they're pursuing their passion in their business. So holy cow.
and just want to add to that, Lori's story too is an example of a business that really pivoted when COVID hit. And they weren't they have buffalo, they're raising them for meat, but they weren't selling them, processing them and selling them, by the roast or this or that. And suddenly there was this huge demand
for single cuts.
Cuts, and they would deliver into Edmonton and surrounding areas and all the rest of that. And now they've got a farm. A year later, they've got a farm store where they're also, and I love this collaboration effect as well, where they're bringing in goods and products from other farmers and rural businesses in the area. And so collectively, they can offer a lot more. So I think, that would probably be our favorite one from spring is Lori.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've heard that a few times with different interviews that I've done, is actually COVID has been able to transform different businesses and have a different take on things that people wouldn't have been able to find other ways, which is great.
Yeah. Totally, because they pivoted, and it's changed the landscape of how we do business. And I think it's changed the way that we're looking into the future of how we all need to adapt our businesses to be COVID or pandemic proof, whatever that looks like.
So obviously that means having an e-commerce side to your business as well. So
which is definitely not something that people were thinking about before all this happened.
No, exactly.
Yeah. How would you guys say maybe you had to transition and adapt when COVID hit?
Well,
we're we are trailblazers in the sense too. So we're mother-daughter partners for
20 years.
We've been working together for 20 years. And during COVID, a pandemic, we launched 2 businesses. So I think that in itself speaks a lot to our resilience and guts and just our go for it attitude. So we've had so many ideas over the years in working together. And I really feel that when we launched the Rural Collective with the directory and the community of women, and then Trailblazher, it's just, we've hit on the right idea at the right time. So we're in a totally different level of business than we've ever been. And so for ourselves, and we used to feel isolated when we used to work with just one-on-one clients. We would just be sitting here in our home office working on our computers, and how our lives and our businesses have changed in the last year and a half. We're now a part of this huge growing community of rural women supporting other rural women. So I don't know if that answers your question, but that's how our lives and business have changed.
Yeah. And, I just wrote in the opening for the summer edition, which just went to the printers yesterday, that we knew nothing about creating a magazine.
No.
Like nothing. Zero. We knew what kind of content we wanted it to have. We knew what kind of wonderful feel of paper and the stories we wanted to tell. And one of the things I wrote in the intro to the summer edition is, probably if we knew all that it would take to put a magazine, we might have been a little overwhelmed and might have, I don't know if we would have done anything different, but that's just what we do. So we went for it, and now we're learning all the things that we need
really fast.
Need to know, that we need to also sell ads to generate revenue, to make sure it has longevity, and we're hiring salespeople to help us do that, and all those
building our
things.
team. Building our team.
So that's been fun. We never thought of other people coming in, but we definitely we need help.
We're not a 2-woman show anymore. It's impossible. Yeah.
Well, it's an amazing concept to showcase women in the community, and then as well also be women in the community yourselves, trailblazing a project like this.
Yes.
So my last question then for you is, where can people go to read the magazine and learn more about it?
Yes. So our website, which is trailblazhermagazine.com, and spelt with the HER on the end. So we sell it strictly on our website. We have 1, 2, and 3-year subscriptions. So our goal is down the road to be available in retail stores, and we're working on that. It's just a matter of time. But right now it's available online and to purchase online, and it's only available in print. We don't do digital copies because once you feel the quality of the paper, and it's literally an immersive experience looking at the gorgeous photography of women.
It's a collectible.
It's a collectible. Yeah, and we're sticking to that.
Now, having said that, we're probably going to make some of the content from previous issues starting to be available in little
spoiler alert
snippets. Well, we got to throw in a little crumb here, but we'll probably never do the complete magazine. So
yeah.
That was Erin and Jan Johnson from Trailblazher Magazine. For more information on Trailblazers, you can click the link below. Make sure to follow all of our social media at 93.3 CFMU to be notified when we have new morning files. Or check out some of your old favorites at cfmu.ca/videos.